Hi there, Sagittarius. Thank you for joining me for your weekly forecast. For week commencing the 30th of November, the Sun and Saturn are still closely bound together in your sign. This gives you a fantastic opportunity to establish a true base camp for the things that are utterly vital in your situation. But it does mean that you will need to prioritise in quite a big way. There's not necessarily going to be oodles of energy that's washing around that you can spread yourself across several different fronts. And part of the reason for this is that Neptune in your sector of emotions and family and where you live continues to forge a very distorting and draining influence on both the Sun and Saturn, which in their own conjunction is pretty draining anyway. So you've got to really take seriously the things that are essential. And that means letting some of the more peripheral issues, the fripperies of life, just fade away a little bit. It doesn't mean to say that you can't think about your future. Mars, which is in a very future-orientated part of your scope, is forging an awesome angle with the Sun in the second half of this week. And if you are very clear about your strategy, you could take some giant steps forwards. However, if you're not, equally, you could try to rush something, particularly if money's involved, and end up actually wasting a whole load of time getting involved in something that's speculative, that doesn't really work out well. The great gift that the heavens give you this week, however, is that Mercury in your sign is forging a dazzling alliance to Uranus. This trine is one of the most positive angles possible, suggesting that even a thorny issue could be unlocked by just standing back, really perusing it from a distance, and perhaps looking at it in a completely fresh way. You may even find that the advice of someone who's quite quirky or different can actually be very, very helpful. So do be utterly open-minded about whatever challenges you face this week. There's also a square on Thursday between the Moon in Virgo and the Sun in your sign, suggesting that someone in a position of influence, or perhaps authority, or someone within the family, older or younger than you, may also not particularly agree with your strategy, and you need to try to keep them on side. In fact, with Venus transiting through a very sociable part of your scope through to Friday, it may seem you can, but then she pitches into a much more private area. This is the area of reflection, and if there are any chinks in any relationships, they probably are going to be revealed right through till the 29th of December. So Christmas time can be a little bit different. You can often be very bubbly, outgoing, and very much caught up with the seasonal festivities, but it's a much more complex skyscape for you this year. And you do need to take it seriously, because one of the things about being a Sagittarius, and I speak as someone who has Mars and Saturn in Sagittarius, is there can be a tendency to rush on to the next exciting thing when some emotional issues are difficult or don't work out well. You need to clear things up as you go along at the moment. Don't be in too much of a rush to move on to that next opportunity. Take things one step at a time. Be very thorough, but most of all, prioritize very carefully on what's essential. Thank you for joining me. Good luck and goodbye for now.